Mr. Speaker, my observation in connection with this statement is that, for instance, in the Volta Region, in Askuma, which borders the Esojamai constituency and my constituency in Southern, Askuma is 125 kilometers from the Ghana-Togo border. Mr. Speaker, and yet we have a huge immigration border planted at Askuma. And these officers maltreat, especially our people from our constituencies. Mr. Speaker, you get to Askuma and you are asked by an immigration officer to get down from your vehicle and walk for about 150 meters across a customs barrier to board your vehicle. You are treated as if you are crossing an international boundary, when you are actually crossing from Volta Region to the Eastern Region. And I've raised this matter on this front. I just do not understand why we have an immigration border located within the interior or between two regions. Mr. Speaker, you get to Dabala. Dabala is located 150 kilometers from the Flower border, and yet you have an immigration border. You get to Sogakope, which is about 145 kilometers from the Flower border, you have an immigration border. And our people are treated when they get to these borders as if they are entering into another jurisdiction, when they are actually traveling within the interior. Mr. Speaker, the number of immigration borders dotted within the Volta Region alone is unacceptable. And I think that something must be done about it. We are speaking of international boundaries, but there are zones in the Volta Region that are treated like international boundaries. I have traveled from Sunyani, Udomahinkro, to Kofi Bedukro to the border. There was no immigration barrier, except at the border at Kofi Bedukro, a distance of about 150 kilometers. But you cannot travel to the Volta Region to Ho without going through about 6 immigration borders. And so when we sometimes make these statements to commemorate these days, some of us begin to question our commitment to observing the tenets of the convention, or the rationality of the guidelines for the implementation. So I think that the implementation of immigration borders in this country must be fair and properly formalized. Some regions appear to have been inundated with immigration barriers to unnecessarily harass and trouble our people. Mr. Speaker, as we speak, because of the Electoral Commission's limited registration matters, the problems that our people go through to even go to the region or to come out of it is frustrating. You get to the Adomi Bridge, there's an immigration barrier. You exit the Adomi Bridge, there's an immigration barrier. You get to Juapong, there's an immigration barrier. You exit Juapong, there's an immigration barrier. A distance of about 30 kilometers, Mr. Speaker.